Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. Along with Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Hall of Famer David Aldridge will be joining. And looking at tonight's contest, Coach, why are both teams so good rebounding?
Well, I'd like to say it's great coaching, Kevin. You know, I always give those guys credit, but in reality, both teams do have a philosophy to go after the ball, and both these teams have tough, active people who are committed to getting as many extra possessions as they possibly can.
And you can't win in this league unless you can rebound, right?
Well, especially on the defensive end, Kevin, you've got to be able to keep the other team off the glass. At the offensive end, it sort of varies from team to team.
So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. Shaquille O'Neal is out there with Chamberlain. Then there's Payton. Then it's Thomas. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. And we know injuries derailed last season for the Bulls, Greg, but with an aging core, you wonder where they go from here.
I mean, the Bulls are kind of stuck in the middle of things as it now stands. Not quite good enough to make a run in the East, but not in a position where they need to start over.
He's perfect from the line this time.
And watching McGrady, you see the length and athleticism. He's a matchup nightmare for most teams.
Outside, Payton. Here's Thomas, and it's blocked by Gilgeous-Alexander. To the middle. Here's Tatum. It's rebounded by Leonard. And here's Boston. Down low, Jokic with the steal. Thomas against Gilgeous-Alexander. About a minute played so far here in the first. Here's Embiid. Chamberlain with the block.
And the quickness off the floor and the insane reach. Well, one of the greatest shot blockers you'll ever see.
And right now, let's watch that terrific swat.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
6 on the shot clock. Tatum with a screen on O'Neal. Jokic kicks to Embiid.
And the glove in action, overwhelming the shooter with his quickness and then sharp defensive instinct.
It's hauled in by Jokic. Bulls have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Cranes the three-pointer.
This is why SGA is a focal point of this offense, because of that ability to score.
And Chamberlain with the stuff.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Pass to Embiid. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. That's in, coming off the assist from Embiid. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 points so far. O'Neal outside. Looking for Chamberlain. He gets it there. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
But here's the problem. No one's got the strength to move Wilt off his spot, and no one has the height to challenge the shot at its point of release.
Outside Tatum. Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Here's Thomas. Pass to Chamberlain. And Embiid with the block.
He's so agile at 7 feet. Embiid covers a lot of territory. And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
And it is dangerous to let him get it going this early.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Jokic. Embiid sets the pick for Jokic. To the paint, it's tipped. 5 on the clock. And here comes Leonard, leading the fast break. Three-pointer, Payton buries the long-range jumper.
The shot from Payton right now, so pure. Even without a lot of time to get set, he's able to make that one look so smooth.
Pass to Jokic. Shot to stop the run. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Inside. O'Neal sets the screen for Payton. No good with the triple. Bulls trail by 4. And Stan, as he enters his prime, Jason Tatum is shooting to become the face of the NBA.
Yeah, and Kevin, he knows winning is the key. For a star player on a great team, learning that balance, when to take over and when to set up your teammates is a big part of it.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Bulls making a switch here. Turkoglu's checked in, and the Celtics also making a change. Drexler's checked in. Here's McGrady. There's the killer two-handed slam.
And McGrady has an impressive vertical there, showing once again with how well he dunks the basketball.
Back to Thomas. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Rebounded by the Celtics. Now Thomas. Chamberlain with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Embiid with the steal. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And he comes up with the deuce. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 7.
And he had a good look, and Gilgeous-Alexander made it pay off.
Pass to Chamberlain. Outside Leonard. Fires the 3. Busted. No good that time either. Bulls have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game. And Embiid throws it down.
And you do not want to be on the receiving end of that. Embiid throwing it down with some funk.
Thomas passes to Leonard. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
The Celtics shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team. So you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
Stan, you talk about a stacked roster. It's hard to find many weaknesses for the Celtics.
Yeah, Kevin, there's a reason the Executive of the Year award went to Boston's front office last season. The Celtics are built right, and they're built to last.
Kevin Garnett, who's checked in for the Bulls. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. But people in the know how good of a defender he is.
And the Celtics making a change here. Pierce is checked in. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
And Chamberlain with the stuff.
And that's just too easy. The size, strength, length, no way to stop Chamberlain once he gets the ball in that close.
Garnett outside. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 5. Puts up a deep 3. And again, no good by Chicago. And so it's Pierce with it. He brings it up for the Boston Celtics. O'Neal, no good. Turkoglu outside. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Excellent D there from Pierce. The Celtics with the lead. Drexler drives in. Pass to Shaq. 59 seconds left in the first. Chamberlain with a screen on Garnett. And it's Chamberlain finishing it off.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
McGrady dishes to Embiid. Back to McGrady. It's Garnett on the wing. Embiid inside the line. And good. as it just snugs right down through the net.
The big fella, Embiid, making it look too easy.
Pierce feeling it out a bit. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Embiid. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Shooting for Boston, Paul Pierce, taking 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Chicago making some changes. Jokic has checked in for Joel Embiid. Lewis comes in for McGrady. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. The Celtics also changing it up. Abdul-Jabbar's checked in for Chamberlain. Aldridge comes in for O'Neal. And Kawhi Leonard comes in for Thomas. And the call will be against LaMarcus Aldridge. That is his first foul of the game.
Celtics substitution, number 4, DeMar DeRozan.
Jokic against Abdul-Jabbar. And it's Jokic missing. DeRozan in the corner. Pass to Aldridge. Good defense by Jokic.
Well, that's the look he wanted, but the defense doing just enough to impact that shot.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. When you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, they've made a point to get inside on this defense, and it's been working like a charm early on.
We've got Garnett, D-Wade out there at Lewis, and it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Turkoglu in at the small forward position. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter.
And how about the power there from KG? He can fly with the best of them.
Abdul-Jabbar on the wing. Jokic defending. Abdul-Jabbar kicks to Leonard. Shot clock at 6. Jacks up a 3. Leonard lets it rip from 3.
This team relies on that shot from Kawhi.
Pass to Jokic. Jokic sets the screen for Lewis. Good, and the assist goes to Jokic. Jokic has got 3 assists now in this one.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Here's Leonard. Cross contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Why, such a fiery competitor. He won't back down in the face of adversity.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Celtics.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
And yes, it's good. Garnett's got 4 points this quarter. And you know, Greg, we're seeing so many teams utilizing the dribble handoff.
And it really forces the defense into a bad spot, can create situations where the offense has an advantage, and then it allows you to kind of seek out the matchup.
Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Over Jokic. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Jokic just got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thank you, Kevin. Nikola Jokic may not be the most physically gifted. There's an old saying in basketball, you're as fast as you can anticipate. LeBron James says he sees plays before they happen. A lot of people don't understand it, but I do. He's special. Kevin?
You know, his mind for the game is just on another level. We appreciate that report. The Bulls making a switch here. McGrady's checked in. Chamberlain's checked in for the Celtics. And it's tied up with that one.
and he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He wants to talk to his guys.
Get ready, everyone. You see yourself on the screen? You should.
Weber, he's checked in for triple.
Checking into the game for your ball. Number 5, Chris Weber.
Austin with the ball. Drexler kicks to Payton. The basket good off the assist from Drexler. Payton's got 8.
And the intelligence of Payton, reading defenses like a book and understanding when to take the shot.
Here's Wade. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Great touch there. It's just so tough to defend a floater like that.
Tatum against Leonard. Just 5 to shoot. The Celtics need to get a shot off. That one drops for him. He's got 12.
And one of the most prolific scorers you'll find. Wilt keeps finding ways to raise the bar, as evidenced by his output here tonight.
Wade against Drexler. Chamberlain with the block. And here we go. Fast break. Payton's got it. Chicago grabs the miss. Jokic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. The amazing Nikola Jokic, Stan. How fun is this guy for us to watch every time we do a game?
Yeah, he's such an interesting guy, Kevin. He's got so many skills, and he's led the league in touches, but he's near the bottom in how long the ball sticks in his hand. Constantly making quick decisions and passes. This guy is really like watching the best we've ever seen.
I would agree. And what a quality to know where to go with the ball when the pressure arrives. Chamberlain kicks to Aldridge. Here's Payton. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Weber. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And not one to back down from a challenge. Weber takes it right to the defense there and gets the finish.
And it's been an outstanding game for them at the free throw line, not missing their chances when they get them.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander checked in for Nikola Jokic. And then for Boston, Paul Pierce has checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And Thomas subbed in for Clyde Drexler.
Well, what a half he's had. He has completely warped the shape of this game with his hot shooting.
Thomas against Wade. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, Chicago. No good. Pierce against McGrady. Pass to Thomas. Some nice ball movement here by the Celtics. Outside Pierce. This one for 3. It's tipped. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Wade. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Here's Thomas. It's deflected. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession.
Celtics ball.
Here's Payton. 8 points for him. And it's Chamberlain finishing it off.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Wade. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Poked away. Wade Sets the pick for Tatum. The three is drilled by Tatum.
This is why Tatum is a volume three-point shooter, because he knows how accurate he can be.
Chamberlain against Weber. They double-team Chamberlain. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
That's a jump ball.
Aldridge dishes to Pierce. 6 to shoot. And it's off from three-point range. Bulls trail by 3. Wade kicks to Tatum. That misses, had a chance to tie it there. And so it's Pierce with it. He brings it up for the Celtics. You know, Stan, I've always thought that your path, kind of like Billy Donovan's, going from the college game to the pro game, both enjoying success, very, very similar paths.
Except for one thing, Kevin. Billy could actually play. I couldn't. So, you know.
Well, you're not being fair to yourself now. Come on.
Billy was a great college player. And I think, Kevin, Billy Donovan's the most underrated coach in the NBA. This guy's a surefire Hall of Famer. Back-to-back national titles in college. And then you look at the consistent success he has had in the NBA with teams. This guy is as good as anyone in the country, heck, anyone in the world coaching basketball.
Well said. Weber against Chamberlain. Outside Thomas. Lets it go from deep. Chris Webber with the rebound. Chicago trailing here to the inside. And then Wade slams it in.
And the power of Dwayne Wade on display. Rare for a two-guard.
Payton looking it over. Pass to Thomas. Now here is Aldridge. Guarded by Tatum. Off target with the fadeaway. So the clock runs out with the score tied going into halftime. Got a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. We're seeing a tremendous game from Wilt Chamberlain.
As impressive as the block totals are from him early on, they don't even tell the whole story. He's changed countless others.
Yeah, now that he's established that defensive presence, guys think twice before challenging him.
On the court for the Celtics, Payton is out there with Thomas. Then there's Chamberlain. Then it's O'Neal. And it's Leonard in at the three, the small forward. Lets it go with the three. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. The Bulls shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Pass to Embiid for the lead. Chamberlain with the block. And he recovers it. That one is good from Joel Embiid. Second half rolling along now. About a minute play here. Outside O'Neal. Outside Payton. Here's Chamberlain. And Embiid with the block. Chipped away and stolen by Payton. The finish. That's good from Thomas on the assist by Leonard. Leonard's got 4 assists in the game.
And how about the determination there from Payton? The glove showing off his fast hands yet again.
Jokic against O'Neal. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Lays it up off the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 11 points.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Pass to Leonard, over Tatum, and Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got it all tied up now for the Celtics.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, 11 points in the game. Outside Tatum. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
How about Tatum there, using his muscle, easily absorbing the contact and still able to knock down the shot.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
First team foul. At the line for Chicago, Jason Tatum. One shot.
And that one falls for Tatum.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency. Across the board, the numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
O'Neal, a screen on Tatum. Here's Kawhi Leonard on the attack. Clock at 4. For the 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. McGrady outside. From deep. Tatum's shot is off. Celtics trail by 3. Leonard finds Payton. No good on that one. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Embiid. Jokic against O'Neal. Embiid is at the elbow. Embiid is a monster in the lane. Wow.
And just so tough to knock Embiid off the block. That's his territory.
Payton outside. Back to Thomas. Leonard the pass to Payton. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Payton's got 10 points.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck, the breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you. Pass to Chamberlain. Shoots over Embiid. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Tatum down low. Guarded by Chamberlain. Tatum with a screen on Thomas. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. The long distance 3 is buried.
Incredible range from Gilgeous-Alexander, making a tough shot look easy.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Triple check in for Chicago. Celtics also with a sub. Clyde Drexler's checked in for Payton. McGrady against Drexler. Makes it off the glass.
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense there.
Turkoglu outside. We've got some talented defensive big men in the league today, Coach. But in your opinion, who would you say is the best rim protector?
Well, Kevin, I would have said Rudy Gobert, because people didn't even want to go to the rim and challenge him.
Right.
Anthony Davis is great. But I'm telling you, the young guy, Victor Wembanyama, I think is the best we've got now.
Isn't he something else, Stan? We've never seen anything like him.
We never have, and I'm not sure we ever will again.
So, Stan, let me take you back to the 95-96 NBA season. It was your first year as an NBA assistant. And, of course, the Bulls winning 72 games in that season. Unbelievable.
They were incredible, but one of my great memories in that season, the day of the trade deadline, we sent out 5 guys, brought in 5 new guys. We had to play the Bulls that night. Only one of those players made it in. We had only 8 guys available, some guys who had hardly played for us. Rex Chapman had an unbelievable game, and we beat Michael Jordan's Bulls on that night.
Oh, what a great story. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Bulls?
Well, their shot blocking. The defensive effort level has been great. You gotta love that intensity.
And also, guys, they've been showing how dangerous they are in the open floor. When they see a chance to get easy points, boy, they just jump at it. Such a strong wing. Kawhi can more than handle his own down low.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line. So for the Bulls, Kevin Garnett is checked in for Embiid, and is Wade in for Tracy McGrady. The Celtics also changing it up. Abdul-Jabbar comes in for Chamberlain, and LaMarcus Aldridge is subbed in for Shaq.
And Gilgeous-Alexander understands how to draw contact, especially when he's looking to score.
The Bulls have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well. And the first one at the line is good. And so he makes both from the line.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
Abdul-Jabbar outside. We've got 1:18 left to play here in the 3rd. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Aldridge. Over Garnett. Aldridge can't get it to go. Chicago leading by 9. Turkoglu with it. He's covered by Leonard. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Outside Leonard. Abdul-Jabbar, a screen on Turkoglu. A baseline J, and that one's good. Leonard's got 6 here in this quarter.
Totally dialed in. Leonard makes quick work from that mid-range.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Can't get it to go. Now 6 of 12 from the floor. Enzo Thomas will bring it up for the Celtics. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Leonard forces it through inside.
What strength from Leonard there, not allowing the defense to get the best of it.
Drexler against Wade. Jokic with this screen on Drexler. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for the Bulls. The 4th quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Celtics trail by 7. We've got Tracy McGrady. Tatum out there with Garnett. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Weber in at the 5 spot. That's the group on the floor for Chicago. Stolen by Wade. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Will Chamberlain picks one up.
It's sometimes difficult to guard Weber without compromising, especially when he's charging inside like that.
The first free throw is good. Weber hits them both.
And how unique is Weber? A smooth shooting big man with some sick handles.
Pierce against Tatum. Aldridge with a screen on Tatum. Pierce for 3. Bangs home the trifecta.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
Here's Tatum. The flush by Tatum.
And it's going to take more than that to stop Tatum, a wing who can score in so many different ways.
Drexler outside. Here's against Tatum. Payton passes to Drexler. Drexler. Weber pulls it in. Weber's got 4 rebounds in this game. And Gary Payton is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Outside Tatum. Pass to Weber. Clock at 6. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Comfortable operating close inside. Weber sizing up the defense there and understands how to finish.
Celtics trail by 10. Drexler kicks to Pierce. Chamberlain with a screen on Weber. Pierce for 3. A rebound by Garnett. Garnett's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Weber tries again, and the layup is up and in. Weber's got the lead up to 12 now for Chicago.
When you're trying to claw your way back into a game, you cannot allow second chance opportunities.
Well, look, their lack of effort is exactly why they're behind. Just look at how they're getting bullied on the glass right now.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. Embiid, he's checked in for Chicago. Celtics also with a sub. Shaq is checked in for Aldridge. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Listened in on what Joe Mazzulla told his team. I asked for one thing, intensity. He said, I need you to crank it up to 11 out there. That's how we turn it around. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, David.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Shaq down low. He's against Weber. And the Bulls making a change here. Garnett's checked in. Then for the Celtics, Aldridge, he's checked in for Chamberlain. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Paul Pierce. And Thomas subbed in for Clyde Drexler. Aldridge, the pass to Thomas. Trying to find Shaq. He's got it now. Boston again missing. Chicago leading by 14. To the middle. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. So for the Bulls, Jokic comes in for Garnett. And Shea Gilgeous-Alexander subbed in for Tracy McGrady. Thomas with the ball. Outside Leonard. Pass to Aldridge. They need this one. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got his 6th assist on the night.
Imposing his will on the interior. LaMarcus taking the contact and finishing through the play.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. The rebound by the Celtics. On the wing, Payton. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Shaq is screen on Tatum. Leonard the pass to O'Neal. And finished off by O'Neal.
There's the unselfishness of Kawhi Leonard, keeping his teammates involved.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Payton. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Tatum. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And able to get himself to the line. SGA so crafty inside there to get the contact.
And the first one comes. Dan, you've been on the bench in the NBA for many decades. What were some of your biggest pet peeves as a coach?
Oh my gosh, Kevin, that would be a long list. But the two biggest would be this. I think number one, anytime there was a lack of effort, you're not running back on defense, things like that, that I had a hard time tolerating. And then mental breakdowns, things we had prepared for over and over and over again, and then guys just zone out and forget what they're supposed to do. Those were things that were hard to tolerate.
Especially when you would take such care in preparing them in every way. It's got to be just, excruciating.
Frustrating as heck.
Thomas passes to Leonard. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Thomas got his third assist on the night.
You see the competitor in Leonard matching the three from the other end.
The Bulls leading by 12. McGrady sets a screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Chamberlain with the block. And here's the fast break. Here's Leonard. Great D that time from Tatum. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. To the paint. Here's Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. Against Gilgeous-Alexander. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That one on Gilgeous-Alexander.
And without a doubt, one of the greatest small men we've ever seen. He possesses the skill and determination to just take over a game at any point.
2 shots.
And he sinks the second.
And that's a situation where you must make them all to get back into the game.
The Bulls leading by 13. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside, Tatum. Pass to Jokic. Fades. Rebound by the Celtics. Leonard's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Payton dishes to Thomas. Chicago grabs the miss. Jokic has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to McGrady. Payton on the double team. McGrady passes to Gilgeous-Alexander.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Bulls.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, as a coach, it's so fun to watch a player dominate the game offensively like he did in this one.
Jokic, no good.
Just too big a deficit to come back from at this point.
Well, you want your players to keep playing hard, but let's be honest, this game's over.
And he gets it back. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Payton from outside. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Jason. It was a struggle last time out, but tonight you were back on track. What was the difference?
Just got to have a short-term memory. Sometimes shots just go in, but you always got to.
All right, DA, thanks again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. With Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, folks, on 2K Sports. We'll